Wednesday-Saturday team shows one change from Tuesday's. Melvin Sterland returns after injury. And among the 12 names, the two new signings, Mike Lyons, after 14 years, boy and man at Everton, and he's now the captain here, and Ian Bailey, whose early career was fashioned by Jack Charlton at Middlesbrough. Leeds United stick with the side which gained their first win of the season at Leicester in midweek, where Aidan Butterworth scored the goal. No new faces, but one or two players being given a chance to claim regular positions by the new boss, Eddie Gray. And he's the first man to continue playing while in that managerial role, and I'm sure that his opposite number, who holds the Leeds record for number of appearances, would be happy if he could do the same. This really is a lovely setting for a football ground, particularly on a delightful sunny afternoon like this, with most of the crowd in shirt sleeves, indeed if they're wearing shirts at all. And a fine atmosphere for a local derby that we haven't seen for a few years now. Sheffield Wednesday attacking the goal to our right, and they are the team in the striped shirts. Maxson. Heard. Frank Gray. Eddie Gray, well taken. He's got Graham to his left. It's a question of the timing of the pass. That's Graham. Corner. Not sure whether Graham really made up his mind whether he was going to shoot or play it into the middle. A nice break by Leeds United. Worthington coming away from the near post, and Bowler makes a good save. Frank Gray playing it the way he was facing, straight back to his goalkeeper. He returns the compliment. It's in behind Lyons to Butterworth, to Graham. Challenge came in from Sterland, and again I'm trying to read his mind a bit, but I think he thought about the left foot shot and decided that that wasn't quite on, and went for a right that in the end wasn't quite there. Famous face in the crowd, that of John Charles. He went to play on the continent in Italy when superstars were superstars. Mistake by Sterling, the ball really wasn't quite in playing distance for him. Head. Thomas. Dickinson. Maxson. Thomas. Dickinson. Gives it to the boss. Butterworth held it nicely, playing well. Worthington, and that's the first of the derby. Really nice move by Leeds United. Frank Worthington scores his first of the season. But the move, in fact, started on the far side by Martin Dickinson, who fed it to Eddie Gray, who linked nicely with Butterworth, took the return well, and Worthington finished in a style that he will have enjoyed. So Sheffield Wednesday 0, Leeds United 1. 28th minute. Shelton. Looking from side to side. Worthington. Rather telegraphed the intention. Boos from Leeds supporters, but we haven't seen many negative passes in this half. Bit of leaning on by Hart and Pearson. Bailey. Taylor. Bannister. Bailey. Didn't strike it well. Comes down to Worthington, who takes advantage of the double error, really. First by Smith, the second by the skipper Lyons. Boulder demands more from his side, but for the moment Worthington takes all the congratulations. Lovely control in the finish, but the goal as a result of Wednesday errors. So Sheffield Wednesday, started this match as one of only two sides in the country with a 100% record, find themselves two behind. Frank Gray. Taylor. Mirocevic. Bailey to the left. Four waiting in the middle. Taylor. That's a free kick, and a very silly challenge really by Graham. Massive striped shirted players have gone forward. All of them left of the two players on the ball. Lyons got up, and it came off the foot of the post. Absolutely packed crowd there, and two went up together, and I think it was Lyons who made contact, but certainly the ball came back off the foot of the post. Into the last minute of the first period. And Thomas looked for Butterworth. And Bob Boulder took it nicely on the chest, or perhaps a bit lower. Bit of a mistake by Hart. And Cherry covered it. It's nice to see a few seniors doing so well. Megson. Pearson, queuing up, Shelton, Eddie Gray, and there's an appeal for handball, which has been given, and a little bit of trouble involving Bannister and Lukic. I think for a moment Bannister felt that Lukic had lost possession of the ball, but Eddie Gray long since had his arm up for the appeal for handball. Won his case. The free kick coming right on the end of 45 minutes. Just a bit of time to be added for one injury to Mirocevic. Pearson. 2 for Worthington, 2 for Leeds United, and nothing for Sheffield Wednesday. And it may just be that Jack Charlton is going to learn quite a lot about his young team during this second half. And sticking my neck out, I don't think they're out of this yet by any means. Well, the first half belonged to some of the game's seniors. Eddie Gray, the player-manager of Leeds United, Trevor Cherry and Frank Worthington, scorer of both goals. What have the youngsters of Sheffield Wednesday got to show in the second period? Certainly a test for one or two of them. Cherry again covering across the middle. Interesting permutation. Dickinson right, Cherry middle, and Dickinson left rather. Cherry middle and Hart to the right. And wide men like Hurd here push forward. Butterworth, Hurd. Butterworth. Oh, and it got a slight deflection, I think. But anyway, it beat the goalkeeper on his near side. But the flag is up for offside. Well, there must be a debate here because the discussions in the close season have been about whether players are interfering with play. And indeed, the referee has given the goal. The smiles for Aidan Butterworth. The referee turns aside protest from Sheffield Wednesday. And I must say, all power to Mr. Seville, who went to talk to his linesman, but who clearly thought that with a shot like that, which may have taken a deflection, nobody, whether he was in an offside position or not, could possibly have been seeking to gain an advantage. And so the goal stands, and Sheffield Wednesday are 3 down, or put another way, Leeds are 3 up. Sheffield Wednesday have to do now is what they've done in every match before this one. Score 3 times. Here's Shelton. Got to recover the fizz of the opening. And what was missing was the finish. Bailey. Mirocevic. Butterworth. His second goal in a week, that one was. Worthington. Just inside was Thomas, but the ball was not a good one. Cherry. A little too strong, I think. And in a way it was. Eddie Gray appealing. There's some habits at Leeds United that have never lost. "20 minutes left, and Sheffield Wednesday will need to offer a greater threat than that if they're to beat John Lukic. Frank Gray and Arthur Graham. Butterworth, good save. Good header too. Mirocevic, there's a man over. Bailey, number 3. McCulloch near post. Pearson far. Shelton. Pearson. Must be surely this time. Vanished for the scorer. Nice move. So the top scorer of last season for Sheffield Wednesday at last gives them something to bite on in an afternoon when things seem to have gone wrong for them. Nice move, header from Pearson, and Bannister. Well, to say he had to score is always dangerous in football, but he'd have kicked himself if he hadn't. 1-3. Halting proceedings as the player manager is about to retire for the afternoon. Few instructions before he does so, but he's to be replaced by Terry Connor. And I think Eddie Gray has handed the left-back spot to his brother. And Connor moving to a left-sided midfield role. Well, he's had a good afternoon. Head. Thomas. Good tackle. Mark Smith who made it, but it's produced a corner. After Graham coming across. Just Butterworth in the 6-yard box. Ed has come over for a short one. Worthington being watched by Lyons on the far angle of the 6-yard area. Graham. Another corner. Worthington. Bannister. Strength coming from midfield. Didn't count for too much. Graham offside. And I think he may well be booked for that. More frustration than anything else. But I think Mr. Seville will feel that's another attempt to waste time, which may be a little bit hard on Graham. But he's suffered individually for a collective attitude. Lyons is up there. And there was a clear elbow. Cherry was on the receiving end of it. And Lyons just runs back. I don't think the referee had any doubt who had committed the foul. Connor. Oh, it's an amazing run. It's brought to a rather abrupt end. And the trip produces a name for Mr. Seville. And the name is Melvin Sterland. The Leeds crowd, with 4 minutes to go, are prepared to claim that they've won. Not too many would dispute the fact now. Thomas. Bannister. McCulloch. That's a foul. Question of timing. Shelton. Nice first touch by Bannister. Solid shoulder by Connor. Sterland. Plenty of troops forward. Lyons. And turned in by Megson. 3-2 with a little over 2 minutes left. Is there sufficient time? There were so many players forward then. Lyons won it in the air, and Megson was the quickest to seize it on the deck. And for the first time since he went to sit on the bench, there is a reason for Eddie Gray to follow the style of biting the nails a bit. Butterworth, obstructed by Bailey. Sheffield Wednesday may place the ball for Leeds, but Trevor Cherry will put it on the blade of grass that he wants it to be on. And it's a question of what Mr. Seville has on his watch. Or what extra time he's prepared to allow to be more accurate about it. It'll be a long one now. The stripes go forward. McCulloch underneath it, got a little bit of a push. Come for it, says Dickinson. Lukic obliges. Knock it long, says Lukic. Gray tries but fails. Worthington. One look at the watch. Leeds United have the victory. Sheffield Wednesday's record disappears. But what a thoroughly entertaining match, which ends with the player-manager going away with the spoils. Two of the goals scored for his team by Frank Worthington, the other by Aidan Butterworth, with Bannister and right at the end, Megson scoring for Sheffield Wednesday.